Call to order the Grant County Board of Commissioners special meeting, February 28th, 2017. All those present, thanks for coming. Please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance and the salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I salute the flag of the state of New Mexico, the symbol of perfect friendship among united cultures. Okay, first item on the agenda is to approve the special meeting agenda. Are there any changes, Madam Manager? Commissioners? Can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
A motion and a second to approve the special meeting agenda. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Minutes. Approve or disapprove the February 14th, 2017 work session and regular meeting minutes. We're approving these out of order today for a special reason.
Submit them to the State Board of Finance to finalize our agreement between HMS to run to Casa.
I knew there was a special reason, I just couldn't remember what it was. So I can get a motion to approve that.
Also moved. I'll second.
A motion and a second to approve the February 14th, 2017 work session and regular meeting minutes. Any discussion on that motion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion passes. A resolution. Approve or disapprove resolution number R-1708. A resolution adopting a position classification schedule and compensation plan for Grant County, New Mexico. If I can get a motion, we'll go into discussion.
I'll move that we approve Resolution R-1708.
I'll second that.
There's a motion and a second to approve Resolution R-1708, and the Commission will stand for discussion, and we'll start with non-commissioners first, because I know there's some people who want to talk. Who wants to talk first? No? No discussion. Commissioners?
I have a few unprepared remarks. I know someone here has a prepared statement. I want to start, you all aren't talking now, but I want to thank you very much for the extensive comments you submitted in writing and in private meetings, and they were very helpful to me in my struggle to understand the process that led up to this plan, to understand some of the issues related to it, to come up with my own idea of what the right thing is in this case. It's an incredibly complicated process, as we all know, to establish a fair and equitable pay system and salary classification system. I've never had to struggle with it on a scale this large, but I've certainly struggled with it in other organizations, and even smaller. It's a tough thing to do. I'm satisfied, actually, that the process was appropriate, that there was adequate time for the folks who were involved to understand it, and I'm hopeful, and this is a question, but I'm hopeful that there's room to incorporate some of the excellent comments you guys made in a future review of this. But I am unwilling to hold up the process, because this is so important for the entire county. So that's where I stand, and that's a question, Charlene. There is an annual review of this, correct? And we can, they've provided some very detailed information about specific positions. We can look into those, correct?
Yes, absolutely, and that's what I expressed to the assessor yesterday as we do look at this. They suggest 2 years. I think it's better to look at it on an annual basis. We will incorporate their concerns, their comments, and the information that they've gathered as we look at updating a year down the road.
Did you say 2 years?
That's the recommendation, but an annual review seems to be more appropriate in our situation.
And maybe certainly at the beginning, an annual review is more appropriate than 2 years, since there's a lot of adjustment at the beginning. Well, that would be excellent. And then I guess my other question, and you partially answered this during our earlier discussion of this issue when we tabled it, was the timing of implementation. The resolution allows you to do so, subject to budget constraints. Do you have a sense of when you will consider this fully implemented?
I think the implementation of the plan and the ranges could be implemented immediately. It would be my goal for those employees that are below the minimum is to bring those, to budget for that, for the fiscal year 18 budget, bring those employees who are below the minimum up to the minimum salary range July 1 with the new budget.
July 1. Okay, that's good to hear. I was afraid you were going to say longer due to budget constraints, so.
But that would, just to clarify, that's only to bring those who are below the minimum
Right.
up to that point. And then
Right.
we will look in future budget years to make those adjustments to gradually move people up.
Okay, thank you.
I also want to thank the treasurer and the assessor for the comments, read your comments, read the responses, was able to meet with the treasurer, and there's some legitimate concerns there, and so I'm looking at this as a starting point. It's my understanding that we've never had anything like this, so you get it all out where everybody can see it, and people start saying, hey, wait a minute. They do this, and they make this, and over here, and so I hope that this doesn't, I hope that the division that this has already created is at a maximum, and now we can look at this going forward and make the annual adjustments, and we can hear the concerns, and this will be something. It was a place to start. Now going forward, we can make the adjustments and listen to the concerns. And I've never known but very few people who thought they were overpaid, and so I don't want to say that anyone in the county is overpaid. But when you look at this, there are some who are paid well, and others who are accomplishing quite a task in their job who are not paid that well, and so that this is a place to start. And I'm glad also that it's going to be implemented sooner than later, and I think that's all I have to say.
Okay. Well, we'll just keep going this direction because we all know Commissioner Edwards has a notebook. But I think this is important, an important step forward. Up until now, all these salaries were set by managers kind of by the seat of their pants. At least we have a document to look at. And I want to remind commissioners that it's really not our job to set salaries. What we're doing is we're implementing a program where we can actually watch the equity move in a direction in the future. This could potentially be a 10-year plan, because the treasurer, I believe, or the assessor, I've read both of your documents, pointed out that to implement these fully would be in the $700,000 to $800,000 range. It could potentially even be more than that. I think you better plan on this taking a while to implement, because there's not $700,000 or $800,000 extra in the budget anywhere, or we'd already be paying people more money. With that being said, I appreciate all the hard work you guys did. I did read every page of your documents, and I understand what you're saying. I think we got to get started someplace and then start reviewing and moving through it. But those are not, setting salaries is not a commission's job. It's policy. This is a policy. I think we need to approve it. That being said, I know you have an amendment, Commissioner.
So Harry's comments reminded me that the way the agenda was written last time, it specifically stated that the resolution would be implemented pending budgetary constraints. And so I'd like to amend the motion to include the same language that the agenda from the February 14th meeting.
So there is a motion to amend the main motion to add.
It's on the first page of the resolution, the last line.
Okay.
Within a reasonable,
It just wasn't on the agenda then.
just wasn't on the agenda, but it's still, the language is still there.
Okay, good.
Consistent with budgetary constraints is the phrase.
Just wanted to make sure that that was in our motion.
There's a motion on the floor. I'm going to second it just to make sure it's in the motion.
What is it that we are?
We're just adding to the motion that, once again, we're solidifying it within budgetary constraints.
Okay.
All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Are we,
We're just amending the main motion.
we're approving the main motion?
No, we're amending the main motion.
Okay. Aye.
Aye.
That's an aye.
Okay, unanimous. So the motion now is stated, a resolution adopting position classification schedule and compensation plan for Grant County, New Mexico, pending budgetary restraints.
Thank you. So I just also would like to say thank you to the treasurer, the assessor, and the county manager for spending so much time with me over the last couple of weeks, helping me understand the reason and intent behind this study. I also want to thank Chairman Caston and his fellow commissioners for insisting that this study be done in the first place. That's the first time this has been done in Grant County, and obviously much needed. The position classification and salary study is to create a compensation framework that is as equitable as possible using the information provided by department heads, elected officials, staff members, and the consultant hired to do the study. The study is also meant to be a work in progress and reviewed regularly. Is the document perfect? No, it is not. I am satisfied, however, that everyone involved, including the county manager and the commissioners, are committed to doing everything they can to balance the needs of the county with the desire to do the very best they can for county staff. I think we all recognize that counties are facing extremely challenging times financially, and I personally would much rather see a strategic and thoughtful implementation of this plan that makes slow and steady growth possible, rather than lots of raises that would ultimately result in lots of layoffs. I recognize that it's difficult to see prices going up in the grocery store every single week and wonder if your salary is going to keep up with the needs of your family. On the other hand, every full-time county employee gets 100% paid health, dental, vision, and retirement, making working for the county one of the better jobs in the community. The work on this study doesn't end today, and in fact, it really starts today. Each of us has a responsibility to advocate for our staff, ourselves, and each other. It's also much harder to make good things happen from an adversarial point of view. So let's all embrace the fact that today is a new day and work together to make this county the best it can be for everyone who works here. Thank you.
You want to supply that for the minutes?
Sure.
Okay, thank you. Any further debate on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Commissioner Ramos?
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous approval of that. Okay, at this time, I need a motion to move into executive session in accordance with NMSA 1978-10-15-1H8.
So moved.
There's a motion and a second to approve it, to move into executive session. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Can you ask everybody if they know they're going into
Commissioner Brown, are you aware that you will be entering executive session?
Yes, I am.
Commissioner Billings?
Yes.
Yes.
Chairman Modan? Okay.
Commissioner Ramos, are you going to join us in executive session?
Only if you have capabilities of following their doing.
Okay, I believe we do. So answer yes that you know you're going to executive session.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to hang up on you, and we'll call you back.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Commissioner. We're now in executive session.